Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's edition of Monday Night Raw, broadcast live on USA Network from the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon. In the main event, Cody Rhodes defeated Shinsuke Nakamura in a street fight. The opening segment featured an appearance from CM Punk, who verbally sparred with Drew McIntyre during an in-ring promo.
You can't stop me from winning the Royal Rumble. Seth can't stop me from winning the Royal Rumble. Cody can't stop me from winning the Royal Rumble. And Drew, leader to leader, because I'm such a nice guy in the Royal Rumble, I'm going to throw you out last.
Well, CM Punk's journey starts 2 weeks from Saturday.
Jinder Mahal attacked world champion Seth Rollins during another promo segment, but the champion was able to get the upper hand in the end. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter successfully defended the women's tag team title, turning back the challenge of former champs Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. In another promo segment, Nia Jax confronted world women's champion Rhea Ripley.
And the only reason I'm not holding this title is because you're too scared to face me one-on-one. So at the Royal Rumble, when I squash 29 other women and win, I'm gonna choose you. And you will have no excuse and no choice but to face me. See you soon, unstoppable champ.
In other results, The Miz bested JD McDonough. Kofi Kingston battled Ludwig Kaiser to a double countout. Tommaso Ciampa bested Finn Balor with some help from Johnny Gargano, and Ivar defeated Otis. In ratings news, last Friday night's SmackDown drew a total audience of 2.465 million viewers to Fox, according to WrestleNomics. The rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was a .67. This was the first live SmackDown following the previous week's Best of 2023 episode. AEW Rampage drew an audience of 406,000 to TNT last Friday night, according to WrestleNomics. That's a 25% increase from the prior week's 326,000 viewers. In the key demo, the rating was a .14, up from the previous week's .11 rating. In All Elite Wrestling news, AEW executive Shane Emerson has been promoted to Vice President of Global Programming and Partnerships, according to PW Insider. Emerson has been with AEW since 2021 and previously worked for Anthem Sports and Entertainment, the company that owns TNA Impact Wrestling. In independent wrestling news, Andrade El Idolo has been pulled from an upcoming Game Changer Wrestling event. The former AEW competitor will no longer be appearing during Friday's No Compadre event, according to an official statement from GCW. Andrade had been scheduled to face Jonathan Gresham, but Leo Rush has been booked in his place. The switch has led to some speculation that Andrade's possible imminent return to WWE might have had something to do with the substitution. And in news from outside the ring, Swerve Strickland has landed a role in an upcoming horror film, according to a Deadline report. Entitled Stiletto, the slasher movie is also set to star Colleen Camp, Charlotte McKinney, and Gigi Gustin. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.